Yes, this is a fertile land, and we will thrive. We will rule over all this land, and we will call it this land.
I can't believe I missed the anniversary of Serenity. That's what we're going to talk about today.
You can't take the sky from me.
So the movie picks up about 6 months after the TV show ends. Half the crew is scattered to the winds. You don't get an explanation why. Again, I'm sure in later tie-ins, maybe they explain it. But basically, Inara's gone her own separate way. Book's gone his own separate way. Simon and River are kind of on the fence about leaving. Malcolm, heartbroken, jaded. Movie starts off, though, with basically the crew on a bank heist.
The leg is good. It'll bleed plenty, and we avoid any necessary organs.
I was thinking more of a graze.
Well, you don't want it to look like you just gave up.
You know, just to kind of clue you in, get you up to speed on, like, who they are, what they are, and kind of, like, you know, the playful banter they have along the way. It's basically a snapshot of what you've been missing watching the TV show, The Bank Heist. And during it, River gets this premonition like, oh, fuck, the Reavers are coming. And the Reavers are like these hyper insane, almost like space zombies, but not. And she's like, yo, I just had a bad feeling about this. We need to get the fuck out of here. And as that happens, as you can see here, this is kind of a clip from them getting out of there. The Reavers come and attack the town. Luckily, since they had her psychic foresight, they were able to lock the people in and keep them safe. Because the Reavers abduct people, they rape them, and they eat them. Sometimes not in that order. Yeah, they're basically just... And the movie explains why they are what they are and how they were created and all that. That's actually kind of one of the main points of the story. You find out that's one of the reasons why River's so fractured. Yeah, so the bank robbery happens. River almost gets hurt. Simon doesn't like that, her older brother. He's like, yo, Malcolm, you're a dick. We're the fuck out. And Malcolm's like, you know what? I'm jaded. I don't care. Next place we stop at, you are out. Fuck off. While that's happening, she watches this transmission, kind of gets sleeper cell triggered. Now people are hunting for her. So they go and visit this guy, Mr. Universe, who's like an ultra super galactic hacker, played by, I do believe, the same actor that plays Bernard in The Santa Claus. Could be wrong about that, but I think it's the same guy. And around that time, as fate wills it, Malcolm Reynolds gets a transmission from Inara. And he's like, well, that's kind of weird. Obviously, this is a trap. And it was a trap. Basically, the space fascist government is trying to capture Simon and River. That's kind of their whole shtick, the whole TV show. I won't get into that. So they obviously know it's a trap, but they can't just leave Inara. Basically, they find out government's hunting them. They find out a little bit of the truth behind River, and they find out the answers to all their questions are on this planet that's been deleted from everybody's memory. So they go to the planet, essentially find out that that's where the Reavers were created. So the Reavers kind of like are hanging out in space, and they use that because they know the Alliance is tracking them. And they are like, okay, well, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. They can follow us. They're just going to run into these Reavers while we hit the surface. They go hit the surface. Fucking Alan Tudyk dies. It's the saddest thing ever. Literally, if you haven't watched the scene, be ready for it because his character is so likable. So damn lovable. You know what? I feel like as I'm talking about this, I'm going to superimpose the footage because now you got to live with the trauma too. They finally arrive on the planet, okay? They track the signal that they are following down to a room, bunch of dead scientists, and naturally there's a video, and that video was their last moments. But it explains how the Reavers were created in an attempt to pacify and just make the people of Miranda more compliant and docile, but it kind of backfired in a big way. Some of them just basically gave up and just let themselves die. Like, they literally just stopped doing everything.
They stopped breathing, talking, eating. There's 30 million people here, and they all just let themselves die.
It's like that behavioral sync experiment that they've repeated, and every single time with mice, once you create a utopia, it breaks their society down. So yeah, they created a drug that did that. But a small fraction of the people they gave it to had the exact opposite effect.
About 0.1% of the population had the opposite reaction to the packs. Their aggressor response increased beyond madness. They have become...
They went hyper insane, got super aggressive, became reavers, ripped people's faces off, skinned them alive, ate them, raped them. Again, not always in that order.
Well, they've killed most of us. And not just killed. They've done things.
Reavers.
So they discover this. Big Bad shows up, has a showdown with Mal. You know, he's a true believer. He cannot let that secret get out. But he also doesn't know the details of that secret. He's just blindly following orders. So they have a little scuffle. Mal kind of disables him. Hit him in the throat. Oh, take that, bitch.
Yeah, well, I'm known for that.
Oh, you're disabled. Well, temporarily. And he's like, listen, I'm going to give you the greatest gift ever. I'm going to set you free.
I ain't gonna kill you.
He's going to set him free.
Hell, I'm gonna grant your greatest wish. I'm gonna show you a world without sin.
And he plays the tape. Now, the cool thing about the villain in this movie is once he essentially realizes he's wrong, he just stops. He gives up, says fuck the government. And to me, that's compelling because the best villains are anchored in the fact that they are so convinced they're right. And dude just changes his mind. I mean, obviously, it's one of those, we're going to let you live, but if I ever see you again, I'm going to kill you type things. You know, they let the signal out in the world. Genie can't go back in the bottle. So that's where the story, as I know it, ends. The Serenity is rebuilt. The operator, who's the big bad, kind of just gives up his whole life and becomes a Ronin, essentially. Just shows him kind of just fucking off. They bury the dead. They honor their fallen. Nah. Cut to black. Oh, also, Simon and Kaylee finally share a kiss. Love it. I love it. All of that sexual tension, nice payoff. There was a big battle at the end where the Reavers were kind of come in as Mal's trying to get the video broadcasted to the galaxy, and Kaylee's like, "Oh my god, you know, we're all gonna die." And someone says something funny along the lines of, "Yeah, but if that happens, you're never going to be able to kiss Simon or get laid," or something funny. And she's like, "Well, fuck that. I want to live." Pulls out a gun, just starts blowing motherfuckers away.
With me? You mean to say as sex?
I mean to say.
Hell with this. I'm gonna live.
It's hilarious. Good comedy. Nice little beat there to ease the tension. Malcolm Reynolds is at peace again. He has gotten his faith back. I don't want to say it's necessarily in God because it's not. Maybe it's in himself. Maybe it's in humanity. But he's got his faith back. He's a convicted man now. He's got conviction, is what I mean. Jane is just kind of being Jane the whole movie. He doesn't really do anything bad or good. He's just kicking ass and being funny, like he normally is. And, yeah. Zoe, Wash's wife, is sad because her husband's dead, and Alan Tudyk's the best part of the movie, so I'm sad that he's dead, too. Mr. Universe has a headstone, but we can't really mourn for him because it's like, well, you don't have any emotional weight in my heart, buddy. I've known you for like 40 minutes. And that's the movie Serenity in a nutshell, according to me. And yeah, I probably left some stuff out. That's okay. I made it fun. I dressed it up a little, embellished some. Go watch the movie if you're curious. I recommend it. That's why we're doing this video. Serenity, 2005. Directed by Joss Whedon.
Seems odd you name your ship after a battle you're on the wrong side of.
May have been the losing side. Still not convinced it was the wrong one.
Joss Whedon was the perfect person for the first Avengers. Really was. And then all that shady shit about him came out. Turns out he's a piece of shit. But the man can make good TV shows and movies. I mean, Titan AE, sweet. Buffy, sweet. Angel, sweet. Dr. Horrible sing-along blog, sweet. I can't think of anything right now, but sweet. He helped on Cabin in the Woods. Still a piece of shit, though. So there's that.